So after being in wealth management for 15 years, what I was talking about here is I had this client that told me, and I have the most interesting clients that I work with, I think, in the entire world. And one of them said, you know, Lauren, you either eat well or you sleep well. And it's really sat with me as the whole world is sort of shrinking. I think for most of us, for most of our careers as adults, the world has been growing. It's been easy to get access to capital. It's been easy, your stock portfolios, your 401ks have just kind of gone up. So we've had this false sense of how the world actually works, how much growth was actually happening right before our eyes, because it happens really slowly. So then when the world contracts or shrinks, like what's happening all across the world right now, it gives us sort of this great insecurity that there's something wrong. And while there are things that are wrong, it also is just part of a normal market cycle. As for this client, what he was saying is you either eat well, and that means you spend money, you enjoy life, you're doing all these things, perhaps living above your means, which means you're not going to sleep very well. Or you make the right decisions day after day, and then you can sleep at night. And I think in times where the world is contracting, like it is right now, it's really important to be able to sleep well at night. And that means doing the things that you know you ought to do, not straining and stretching and pulling. There was some leeway to do that when interest rates were low, when money was easy, when everything was growing. There was a lot more wiggle room. And this is what happens even when we're talking to clients who are about to retire. It's like there's usually you can spend between this amount and this amount. Well, in years like this, you want to spend the lesser of those two amounts because you're on a fixed income. Those kind of behaviors are also helpful even if you're in your 20s or 30s. So anyway, I hope this is helpful. I felt like that was something that was going to stick with me for the rest of my life, that you either eat well or you sleep well, and like which one is more important to you. Let me also say one more thing. There have been times in my own life, and there's times in everyone's life, where maybe you aren't sleeping well, like you're not making all of the right decisions or mostly the right decisions. But let me give you this word of comfort. It is never too late for a do-over, ever. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are or what you've done up to this point. The market doesn't care about what happened yesterday. It cares about today. So it's a great way to think about your financial trajectory too.